This conference will now be recorded.
So previous session, what and all we have completed? We have completed append, insert, extend, remove, pop, reverse, sort. These functions we have completed, right? So now and aliasing also. What is aliasing? So we have one list. So we need same list for different use. That is why we are assigning list 1 to list 2. Okay. So if you assign like this, it will create a two different objects or same object it will create. It will create same object and create two different references, right? Like that. So if you change the list 1 in list 1 items, it will affect to the list 2 also here. Okay. If you don't want to affect, if I change the list 1, list 2, then we have the another concept like cloning. Okay. By using cloning, okay, if you copy the list 1 to list 2, it will create a two different objects. Okay. It will create two different objects. Okay. And it will create a each one reference for each object. Okay. So if you change the list 1 also, it won't affect to list 2. Okay. So how can you create a cloning object? Okay. Cloning of list 1 or list 2 like that. So like you take this one, you will take this one and list 2 equal to list 1 dot copy. By using copy, we can clone the list 1 to list 2. Okay. So if I print list 2, it will create a two different objects. We will see the practical. So this is the list 1. Okay. List 1 here, list 2 equal to list 1 dot copy list 2. So here we have the same values with two different objects, right? List 1 and list 2. So if I print id of list 1, what it will give? See, this is the id of list 1, and if you give id of list 2, see, both are different IDs, right? Both are different IDs. Okay. So earlier, as I told, it will create a two different objects, and it will create a list 1 reference to object 1, list 2 reference to object 2. So if you change the list 1, it won't affect to list 2. So let's see. List 1 of 1 equal to 1 is means 20, right? I am assigning. Okay. List 1. See. First index 1 I have replaced with 818. Okay. 20 replaced with 818. So if I print list 2, it will remain same. Okay. So it was not changed, right? Here it is the same as exist previous. Okay. List 1 we changed. Okay. Understand, right? If you when we can use copy and when we can use assignment operator here. So if you want to have a single object, and if you want to change any one list, it should affect on the list 2 also. In that case, you have to go to assignment. Okay. Means what it means, aliasing. Okay. So if you want to have the different objects for each variable, then you go for the copy. That is a cloning. Understand, right? Any doubts you have here? Cloning and aliasing.
No, sir.
So next, there is a very very important concept, list comprehension. Okay. So here, suppose I have the list. Suppose list one I have. So this list one I have like this. Like this I have. Okay. So if I want to access the elements, how can you do? By using the for loop, right? For I in list one. Okay. It will access the each element from the list one. Okay. So I want to multiply each element and append to new list. Okay. For that I need one list two, right? So empty list I want to declare here. So for that list two dot append. Okay. What I need to do? I need to I into 2. I need to multiply with 2. Each element multiply with 2 and append to list 2. Okay. So this is the my scenario. So here you have to write like this, right? This many lines of code you have to write. So suppose if you print, it will you have to print list 2 here. Okay. This is the logic you have to write. So instead of writing this many lines, by using list comprehension, you can write like this. This is the representation of list and what you want here. So I for I in list one. Okay. So but what I need here, I need to multiply with 2, right? I should multiply with 2. Okay. Each element I should multiply with 2. So for that I need to write like this. Okay. This is the list comprehension. Okay. So we will see practically. Yes. So what I have list one. Okay. Suppose list two. For list one. Okay. Two dot dot append I. Okay. And I want to multiply with 2. Okay. After this, after updation of the list, we have to print the list. Okay. List 2. See, what is the output you got? Each item multiplied with 2. Okay. 1 multiplied with 2, it is 2. 2 multiplied with 2, 4. So like that, whatever the operations you have to perform and you have to write it in the another list. This is the this lines of code you have to write right here. So instead of this one, I'm writing list comprehension. So for I in list one, okay. For I in list one means we are looping each element from list one. So where you have to write that one in the list, right? So I am writing into list, but you want to multiply with 2, right? So that is why I am giving 2, okay. So I didn't print our list. See, same output you got, right? But here only one line, okay. You can directly give print here also. No, you cannot give like this because it is in the expression, right? We cannot give here. So after that you can give, no problem. So any doubts here? List comprehension. If you don't understand, ask here only because it is very very important in interviews. So many questions they will ask. Okay. List comprehension they will ask multiple questions. So if you have any doubts, ask here itself. Okay. Because we have the tuple comprehension, dictionary comprehension in everywhere we have. In tuple dictionary also we have the comprehension. So that is why I am asking you to ask here only if you have any doubts. If you clear also, you can ask, you can tell.
Sunil, 1 second explanation. List two.
List 2, right? This one. So
Yes, Sunil.
actually, if you want to access the elements, how can you access? By using for loop, right? So you can loop through
Yes.
each element in the list, right? So by using for loop, we are accessing. So after that, what we are doing here, we are appending the whatever the element we accessed in the list, right? We are appending to another list. So like that only, this is the list, okay. If you give brackets, okay, square brackets, that represents a list, right? So that is why this I, if you give here, it is writing the whatever the values it retrieved from the list one, it will return in this list, okay. For that, here you need to multiply with 2, right? That is why I have given into 2, okay. So first it will access the one element for loop. So that element is multiplied and write it into this one. So I will explain in detail way.
Sunil, suppose if we give any variable declaration there, so we can access it anywhere.
So you are asking here,
I into 2, right? Instead of equation, can we give
okay,
any variable declaration like num or equi, some anything? Right? So we can
like
use
this
it
you are
in for
asking.
loop again. Yes, yes, Sunil.
No, you cannot use it because if you use like this,
Like
because here
num not
see,
only variable declaration. Num for I in list one. Yes, yes, like that.
you are asking this one, right? See, num is not defined, okay, because here you are defining I, right? If you define num, you can use. Okay, whatever you
Okay.
defined here, that one only you can use here. Okay, because here also, right? So see, here this is the defined variable. Okay, okay. Whatever the value this for loop retrieved from the list one, it will store it in this I. Okay, so that I variable we are appending to list two. Okay, so same also we are doing here. Okay, understand, right?
Yes, sir.
Because uh, here you could not declare any variable, because whatever the variable you have in the for loop you should use here only. Okay, because that is only list comprehension means. So we are minimizing the logic of two or three lines. Okay, we are writing in single line. Okay,
Okay, sir.
yeah. So here there is no doubts, right? I have this list, right? So I want to print even numbers by using the list comprehension. List comprehension. How can you write? Can anyone explain?
After iterable, we can write condition.
So here list two, you are telling after iterable if
Num model.
C. Correct. So I have one scenario like I have A, B, C, D. Okay, this is one string. Okay, so I want to output like A 0. Okay, okay. So in the list I want to output like this: A comma 0, B comma C, 1, C comma 2, D comma 3. So I want output like this. How can you write? So this is the input I have. I want output like this by using list comprehension. So first, if you want to access a letter from this string, how can you access? By using for loop, right? For L in A, B, C, D. Okay. After that, I want to assign this one, right? So how can you assign? For J in range of, what is the range functionality? Okay. It will range from 0 to 3. Okay. So what you should do here? I want to declare one more list here. Okay. list 4 equal to this one. Okay, so list 4 dot append what are the values you want to append here, L comma J. Okay, see why you got like this.
because of nested loop, nested for
Yes,
loop.
okay, so this one how can you write?
Using list compression, we can write it. Sunil.
Yeah, by using list comprehension, anyone write and paste it in chat. Are you writing? So you will write that one. We have the another one. So I have a some word variable. It has the Python is very very easy to learn. Okay, I have like this. Okay, so output I want like okay in the list Python. Okay, so each word and its length. Suppose Python length is how many character it has? 6, right? So here length 6. Like that each character, each word it split and we will have the count. Python and count. Like that we need. How can you find out? By using this one. So I am declaring one list. Okay. So here what you need? First you need to access the words from this word, right? Okay. For that I in word. Okay. So here we have to split, right? Because if you split only it will split each word. So here if I don't give anything, by default it will consider as space, right? So because of that reason I am not giving anything. Okay. So what output I need now? See what output I need. First I want to print I in a upper case. Okay, upper or lower. You want to, if you don't want to print whatever the case it has, you can give directly this case. Okay, I am giving first it upper. Okay, so how can you find out the length of this word? By using len function. Okay, len of I. Int of l. See, this is the output we have now. Because I haven't saved earlier session, that's why you got the previous output also. Now see, this is the Python, and this length is 6, is length is 2, very length is 4, very length is 4, easy length is 4, 2 length is 4, length is 5. Like that you will practice. So you will practice more session on this list comprehension, because in the most of the interviews they will ask on list comprehension. If you write like this, so they will ask again. So by using, can you write by using list comprehension, like that they will ask. Okay, so understand, right? Any doubts you have here?
No, sir.
So few more concepts you have, but those and all we already seen in string. Okay, one is plus. Okay, concatenation. Another one is star, repetition operator. Okay, by using these two, how can you do? List 1 I have, right? List 2 I have. Okay, list 1 plus list 2, right? It will concatenate the both the lists. Okay, so I have list 1. Okay, I have list 1. I want to multiply list 1, so twice. Okay, list 1 into 2, it will repeat the items in this list. Okay, whatever the items, it will repeat twice. Okay, so like that you can use these concatenation and repetition operators. Okay, so you all know this comparison operators also we have, equal to and not equal to, like that we have, right? Greater than or equal to. Suppose list 1 I have, list 2 I have, so these two lists I have. List 1 equal to list 2, so it is, both are not same, right? That is why you got the false. Okay, I have list 3. Okay, I am assigning list 2. Okay, list 3 equal to list 2. Is it true or false? True, right? Both are same and pointing to same object only. Okay, so I am suppose list 4 I have. Okay, list 4 I have equal to list 3 comma copy. Okay, it will create a different object, right? So list 4 equal to list 3. So what it will give output? True only, because if it is, it will compare the items in the list. Okay, it won't compare the ID of the list. Okay, it will compare item. If both the items are same, it will give the true or false. Okay, only boolean value it will give. So whatever the we have the operators, you can practice here. So any doubts? So I have a list. Suppose I have list 2, right? List 2 I have. So I want to clear all the elements from the list. How can you do it? List 2 dot clear. Okay. It will clear the all the elements from the list 2. See. So we will check anything we left. Telephone. List. So we cover append, clear, copy, count, extend, index, insert also we discussed, pop, remove, reverse, sort. Whatever the functions available for the list, we have covered all the properties or functions. Okay. So any doubt here? So list is completed here. So you have to practice more on the list. Okay. If you have any doubts, you will ask now only. So when you are practicing, if you have any doubts, you can also ask at that time also. You told that you have completed the assignment. Can anyone share your screen and so this is and by which we share that exercise? Let me check this. Comment. This is that exercise, right? Okay, I come at here for I in ABCD from J. Okay, good. So do you know how Python will execute? So it will execute line by line. Okay. So Python will execute line by line. So if we have, suppose here we have written this one, right? It will execute this line, then only it will go to this line. Okay. If you have any exception, uh, uh, exception raised here, it will skip all the lines after this. It will skip and it will raise the exception. Okay. Understand, right? Okay. So can anyone share your screen and explain the whatever you have completed those exercises? Anyone? Let me share my screen. I'm stopping it.